How should we feel about all the evil that is in the world surrounding us? I think it is natural to see all that and feel a sense of kind of despair and maybe a little hopelessness and kind of frustration that it is the way it is. But when you think about the grand scheme of things, I think it is important to realize that evil serves God's grand purposes in the long run. And it is kind of great that we have all this evil in the world. It sounds strange to say, but it was very purposeful that the Lord cast out Satan and a third of the hosts of heaven down to earth, not somewhere else, but down to earth to be with us, to surround us, and try at every moment to tempt us and drag our souls down to destruction. That is their job. That's their office, as Brigham Young said. And they serve a very important purpose. Without them doing that, we could not have the experience and have the choice, basically, between good and evil. And we could not grow, we could not be tested and become all that we need to become. We need that. And it's easy to see the horrible things that happen, and they really do, horrible things, and just kind of wonder and awe at how God allows such things to happen. And I think that's natural to feel that way. But again, it serves God's grand purposes for testing his children, helping them become refined, and with a proper understanding, helps sort out where a person needs to go and what further experiences after this life they need to go through to kind of help them go where they need to go and have the refining experiences that they need to have to eventually, be judged and everything and whatever from there. And you might say, well, what about those people who are killed or victimized and just their lives are ruined or they're just completely wiped off the face of the earth? How is that good for them? And I don't know exactly, but from the understanding that I have in my faith, I know that all that is provided for, and the Lord has, in his wisdom and mercy, made it so that they will be just fine in the long run, and it'll all serve God's purposes in the end. Does that mean we, don't resist evil and, don't fight our hardest to provide for peace and righteousness and everything? Absolutely not. We've got to do that. We fight till the end. That is our job. You might ask, well, why doesn't God do that then? Doesn't that mean that there's a double standard? And yes, there is absolutely a double standard. God does not have to do that. He does what he does in his wisdom. He lets stuff happen all the time. He can't intervene all the time. That would thwart the whole plan. But for us, we absolutely are required morally to intervene as much as we can to prevent bad things from happening. He says, I will forgive whom I will forgive, but of you it is required to forgive all men. So there's a double standard, if you want to call it that. He forgives who he will. We're required to forgive everybody. He says, vengeance is mine, and I will repay. We are not allowed to take vengeance on people. That's not our job. That would consume us if that were our job. We are condemned if we try to take that on. So double standard, yes, if you want to call it that. But yeah, it's our job absolutely to resist evil. But at the same time, have a kind of overarching view of the world that it's all in God's hands, and the stuff that we can't prevent is going to well, I don't want to come out, I don't want that to sound wrong. Just have the overall view that things are in God's hands, and the evil that pervades the world really suffocates the world, but it's all for a purpose, and we don't need to be swallowed up in despair. We can know that all will be made right in the end, and the righteous will be rewarded with every blessing that they are entitled to according to the promises, and the wicked will receive their reward, and all will be judged justly and lovingly. And yeah, all right, thanks, bye.